butter.
Butter. Oh God, the butter.
Shh. Where's the song?
Butter.
Just like the last one,
dude.
Can
it's
they hear
That
Oh!
is so weak.
it's malfunctioning again.
Oh,
Fuck.
you caught us all with our pants down.
That's gonna make the whole show bad. Craig.
I'm gonna try it again. There's
Okay.
something wrong with StreamYard tonight. Jake's, we're all having difficulties.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna
Did you
try
say
it again.
James?
Says there's
James?
nobody watching.
I
We
said
have no
James.
music.
The fun begins.
The worst
This is
Tuesday
where
of
the
my
fun
life.
begins. This is where the fun. This is where the fun. This is where the fun begins.
Who's the big guy with the muscles?
This is where the fun begins.
Who's the big guy with the muscles?
All right, hello everybody. We did it. Something's going on tonight. We figured it out. Hello, welcome to the
Forget
show.
everything that you just saw.
Did you just try to Men in Black the audience?
Yeah, don't forget that cold open. Or do forget it. That's what we're trying to do. We're doing a Men in Black.
You can't just wave your hands around and say you're doing a Men in Black.
Yeah, you can't tell them they're getting Men in
Like,
Black.
you're getting a
You just do
viewer
it.
right now. Getting
Yeah.
Men in Black.
Just grab
Unless
one of
Chris
your vibrators.
Hemsworth is here. You guys remember that other Men in Black movie? No one else does. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show. Live on a Tuesday night, 9:30 p.m. Welcome to Toy Anxiety. So happy that you're here. Happy to be back. As always, we just did a little YHS before this. We're doing a little doubleheader tonight.
Mhm.
Talked about Ghostbusters Day, but there's so much to cover. It's the season of HasLabs. It's where we thrive, really. It is.
It's where I live. It's where I make my bread and butter.
Mhm.
It's where we make our breads and our butters.
Mhm.
Hope all of you are having a wonderful week so far. We're gonna have some fun tonight. Let me go ahead and introduce all my co-hosts. We'll say hi to the chat, and then we'll I don't know, probably talk some shit, probably get canceled tonight. I
Yeah,
think
dude. People watch and
Oh.
talk shit. That's what we do.
that's what we're gonna do. No, we got some HasLabs to talk about. We got a lot of stuff going on. And it's gonna be fun. So let's go ahead and say hi to our co-hosts all the way from, well, I don't think he's back home yet, but he's somewhere in Canada. He was watching hockey last night. I don't think it turned out well for the home team though. Ryan Dole, how are you, man?
I'm doing good, except now that you brought up that game, you pissed me off. But no, things are good. I'm, just chilling here on the farm, back to work. Oh, that's rough. Oh,
Back
kitty.
to work, huh?
That's Undertaker. Say hi.
Very rare.
Get out of here.
Rare appearance from Undertaker.
Yeah, it's so rare. She's usually outside on the burl.
She's usually fighting her brother.
She's
Kane.
gotten bad lately, but we won't go off on that tangent. Continue, Ryan.
Well, I mean, hold on. If we're gonna be truthful, that cat is a Pet Cemetery cat, and
She's fucking
stand. I have been around that. I've been around that cat many
terrifying.
times. I've been around that cat many times, but the last two times I was up there, that cat does weird stuff now. It looks crazy. Craig told me one day that he was working, and it stood in the same spot for 3 hours, staring
Yeah.
at nothing.
Yeah.
It throws up
She's
all
a
over
horror
the
kid.
place. That cat has been to the Pet Cemetery.
Yeah, this
I
is Hello
100% believe that.
That's a horror kitty.
Yes.
Yeah.
Somebody
So
just
be nice,
complimented
Undertaker.
your horror kitty. Your
Hello Kitty, yeah.
Hello Kitty
yeah.
shirt.
Hey, new collection alert. Maybe. I don't know. Keep watching.
There you go. So there we go. Well, Ryan, we're glad you're here. We're glad you're back to work. They need you over there. That's
do.
where Sony Pictures
They do.
thrives, when Ryan's commanding the ship.
Mm-hmm.
That's
There you
true.
go.
It would sink
Yeah.
without me.
I believe that 100%. All right. Jacob Walsh.
Hey,
We hung out all weekend. We were in California. We saw friends. We saw Trevor from NECA.
we did. We
We
did. Yeah.
forced
Yeah.
him to hang out with us, even though he can't stand.
He can't stand us. And we didn't let him get a word in, honestly, the whole time.
The whole time he wasn't allowed to talk.
Shout
It
out
was
to
good.
Trevor, though.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. And Rachel.
Hey, I just want to say, if anybody notices that it looks like I'm looking at my phone, I 100% forgot to even look for any kind of sad comments. But
Oh,
if I'm looking at my phone, it's because I'm trying to find some because I do want
Keep
to.
working, folks.
he's
I do
always
want
working.
to do it.
There you
So,
go. There you go. Well, there it is. And then Abigail, how are you?
I'm fantastic, but also jet lagged. But good. You know, I'm in a good place. Ghostbusters is in a great place. I feel like we had a really good bookend with our trip out there, and we got to do so much cool stuff. I actually got some pickups that I'm excited to show off. And yeah, I'm happy to hang out with my friends. I missed y'all while we were gone, so I miss you, Ryan. It's good to hang out.
Yeah, Jake, they're making a good point in the chat. You know,
What are they saying?
well, there's probably some good sad comments with all these HasLabs. They gotta be. There's got to be some stuff out there.
I'm sure there are. Yeah.
Now, Team Ollie 86. Did we get juice with Trevor? We did not, but we did get. Where was that place we went? Slushy Man.
Slushy Land.
We
Slushy
got
Land.
slushies. Yeah.
We
Slushy
got
Land.
slushed. It
I
was
just
so
said-
good. I had like a mango soft serve. It was like perfectly tart and sweet and mellow at the same time.
That's great.
Loved it.
Did you get offered blueberries at the NECA office?
No.
What's?
Oh,
Should we know? What is that?
Is that
I guess-
code
I
for
guess-
something?
Yeah, it sounds like code.
it's a code. It's a. Well, if you didn't get berries, I can't spoil it. For
I
you.
like-
You're just gonna
well,
have to go
listen.
back.
I like blueberries on the top of my waffles. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah, I love a
Yeah.
blueberry compote.
You love a
Absolutely.
good
I love the
blueberry waffle? Is that what you just said, Jake?
Yeah. Yes.
I like the way it spreads out.
Yeah.
Did you know Palisades made a Super Grover?
Yes,
Oh shit.
I did.
We should get that.
They did. I was reading all about the Palisades Sesame Street line that never happened, except for the Super Grover that was a Comic-Con exclusive. I bet it's expensive.
We need to get that.
Hey, we have a super chat. Well, you guys said blueberries, so they're gonna Grover. Deep Space Niner, $10. Hey, Dole, I have something to send you in the mail pertaining to your last Gotham City tonight live. Do you have a PO box your adoring fans can send you stuff? Well,
Go for
YHS
it,
has a PO
Craig.
box.
You-
YHS is
has
having
a
a PO
Yeah,
box.
we have a PO box.
I'm gonna put the thing
Yes.
here. You can send it right to us. 82024 Atlanta, GA. Boom. In the chat. That's the YHS PO box. And yeah, anybody who sends us anything, it's very appreciative. Or we're very appreciative of it. And it's always exciting to get some packages in the mail. It's always a bummer when somebody says something really good for Ryan, and I'm like, oh,
We
I'm
get
like-
our hands on it first.
yeah. I inspect it. I
We muss
shake
it
it.
up. Yeah.
No, but yeah, if you guys want to ever send
Step
anything,
on it.
We lick it. Just
Step on. Take it to the bath.
kidding.
take it to the bath, take it to the butter. But anyways, so guys, holy shit, I don't even know where to start. Like, I even contemplated, do we start with the news this week and just get into it, or should we do our pickups? What do we do? There's two
Let's start
major
with the news. Let's start with
Yeah,
the
I-
news.
If we do that, though, we're gonna talk about HasLabs for an hour and a half and then do pickups. at
That's
the very
fine.
end.
No, well, I don't want to. Here's what I'll say. I've got one pickup. We all got a couple pickups. Let's get through that, because I want, as long as we have an appropriate amount of time to discuss these HasLabs, I'm good with it. So I guess it doesn't matter what order we do it in. But sometimes we get really carried away and then there's no time to talk about the topic.
Well, I think we
I
can
don't-
manage this.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's pickups are gonna.
Yeah,
Take the
I'm looking at
whole
mine.
show.
It's not. Yeah,
Okay.
we can breeze.
All right.
Absolutely.
Oh,
There we
mine
go.
are gonna
And for
take a
posterity, we
long
need to do
time.
it.
No, it's fine. Guys, we're here to have fun. And mostly we're here to inspire the youth. But mainly
They're
we're
not
here,
watching.
Mainly we're here to say hi to the chat. So let's
Yeah.
do that. Definitive Toys, Davey Sockrocker, Skylar Davis, PD Projects. One shout out to Patrick and his team. They're killing it. We're gonna get into that in just a little
Oh,
bit.
yeah.
Mint with Card, Team Ollie 86, Johnny Cock with the super chat for the Moving West Fund or Coke Zero. Happy birthday, Mr. Jacob Walsh. Who
Thank you,
who said
Johnny.
we're moving west?
You did in
You
our
guys-
last
We've been saying
stream
that a lot
for an
yeah.
hour.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
I do want to move
because
there.
we want to move out near Slushy Land.
Yeah, we want to move to
And-
Slushy Land.
And Trevor.
Silver K, hello, Wholesome Warlock, Joy Collecting. Hey, we went to a toy show out in Burbank Sunday, and we met Joy Collecting in person.
Oh yeah.
We did.
We took a photo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
Mhm.
great.
Yeah, they're super nice.
But not with me, so you don't have the whole collection.
You're not
Very few
complete.
people.
Yeah.
Hey, very few people are toy anxiety elite to say they've met
True.
all
It's hard to
four
get
of
all
us
four of
in
us.
person.
And even if all four of us are at the same event, the odds of us all four of us being together are near zero. So
Yeah, I
Yeah.
go do my own thing. I'm always
Ryan does his own thing.
Yeah, Ryan's social butterfly. I'm probably out somewhere decompressing.
Yep. You decompress before we even compress.
I decompress once I get there before leaving. Yeah.
It was great to meet you, Joy Collecting. Check out Joy Collecting on YouTube. Awesome channel. Wholesome Warlock, Toy Geekosaurus, Tony Johnson, Matt Bush is here, and Andrew Bayless is here. Soulcraft, Matt Provençal, Jason Grohowski, BC DeLorean, and other movie cars too. Doc O's Collecting, and we said Deep Space Niners here. Topher Khan, Young Hummus, McFly Toys.
We always
I
acknowledge
love Young Hummus. T Molly, and so on and so on. Tony Taylor, KJ Smith. We actually saw at the toy show, we saw Phantasm Toys, Ninja Turtles item. on
Yeah.
one of the
We
tables.
did. Yeah.
It was out in the
It was
wild.
pretty cool. All right, guys. So we're going to get into some pickups. We're going to break down the Star Wars HasLab Cantina. We're going to plug Ryan's Friday even further breakdown of the HasLab Cantina that's coming up later in the week. And then we also have to talk about the big Ghostbusters HasLab tease. Tonight's all about crowdfunding and crowd surfing. Both.
Yeah.
It's two of my
Okay.
favorite things.
We're sharing crowd surfing stories.
Hey, real quick, not to derail this. Have you guys ever crowd surfed?
Yes. Many
Yeah.
times.
You have? I
Yes.
definitely have.
Mm-hmm.
Can I tell you guys that?
Edgefest.
So what was the band?
I think it was either Hole or Foo Fighters.
Both would be awesome.
Wow.
Could've been-
Whoa.
That would be
Could've been
cool.
stuff.
That's
Stuff.
cool.
Well, it was
Pretty
it was
cool.
the same show.
Oh, it was like a fat.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
In 2002, at the time, Weezer was my all-time favorite band, and I went and saw Weezer. I was in the pit, and I crowd surfed during Surf Wax America like a fucking dork. It's Weezer, whatever. And the next day, I don't know if I've ever told the story. The next day, and I've been looking for this picture for years. There was a photo of me crowd surfing with metal signs up like this. I was like 17 years old. And they made it the cover, like the opening photo of their website.
You were famous.
I went to Weezer.com.
Yeah, because they were like, "Hey, this is the most excited anybody's ever been listening to
Y'all see this
Weezer."
nerd?
it was so fun. It was great.
Dude, Weezer still talks about the time they had a person crowd surf at one of their
Yeah.
shows.
They're like, I remember when Craig crowd
Holy
surfed?
shit! You guys remember that guy? I wonder what he's doing now.
Yep.
Wow.
He's
We
still
hey, they
talking
might be
about it.
watching.
They might be. They might be in the
Mhm,
chat.
mhm.
Oh,
Um,
hey Weezer.
Hi, you remember Craig? I know you've been looking
Hey,
for
Weezer.
him.
Hey,
listen.
Weezer, I
He's
really
still
enjoyed
excited.
your video with the Muppets. That was my
I
favorite.
love that song.
Mhm.
That is a really good song,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah.
Okay, let's keep it on track
We're
here.
done talking about crowd surfing.
Hey, you know there's a Palisades Super Grover. Okay. Weekly pickups. Who's got pickups this week?
I think we all do.
Mind you?
You guys went to a toy show, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Abigail, do you want to kick us off?
Couple tiny
Oh.
things.
I'm gonna go
Yeah.
get my other pickup while you guys
Okay.
are doing that.
Cool dudes.
Weezer, barely know her.
Whoa.
Butter.
Wow.
Abigail, do you want to start?
Sure, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I got some great pickups. First off, when we were at that toy show, which was at random that we went, it wasn't like something that we had baked into our itinerary. So it was a really fun surprise to go there. And the first thing that I saw that grabbed my eye was this, which is not a toy, but it's a VHS tape of Roadhouse with Patrick Swayze.
That's better than a toy.
Oh, it's in great condition. And I don't own this on tape. I'm so happy to add it to my collection. I'm a big fan
Oh
of
my
avid
God.
viewer of tapes. And Jacob, we watched Roadhouse recently for the first time with you to show you the
wish I
original
was
before
watching
you saw
that
the
right
new one.
now.
Yeah. It's just so fucking badass.
And the guy we
awesome.
bought it from,
Like
he had a
was really-
mask on, but Abby bought it, and then he was like, "Oh, I love your guys' show. It was really nice." And we didn't get his name, but
Yeah,
it was
shout out
really
to
nice.
that guy. Hopefully he's watching and he can comment or whatnot. Yeah, so this was awesome. And then having the person who sold it to me be like, I know your show was a little bonus.
We
on
do
top
have a
of that.
VCR.
Yep, we have two. I've got one in the kitchen and then I've got one in the bedroom. Okay, and
I have 7. I'm not making that up.
I guess you win. All right.
I only have 7 for
Hey,
next
it's
time one
okay.
of yours
It's
breaks down.
Thank you. And it's also a fun competition because you just get TVs no matter what.
Yeah.
All right. So I did mention new collection alert.
Wait, hold on. Let me get the siren ready. Come on.
You'll notice on my top, I've got the Hello Kitty, Melody, Karopi, and I'm not sure of this cat's name. I should look it up.
It's Undertaker.
I know. I just
Abby,
call
show
it.
I
me.
believe-
Hey guys,
What?
Abby, show me your kitties.
Shut the fuck up. So here, I'll just lift. Are we? Are you set? Are we all set up here? Is the band ready? Are you crowd surfing now?
Can you guys hear that?
Yeah, I hear. Yeah,
There you go.
new
siren.
collection. I think this is like supposed to be the bag for your swimsuit, but I have just about the coolest. I've amassed the coolest collection of this character named Karomi.
This is what we went to Little Tokyo. Did you already say that?
Yeah, I don't think I did, but we were in Little Tokyo. A lot of the stores were closed, but one was open, and I fell in love with this little character, which I'd seen her before, but I kind of did a little reading on her. She was like designed to be Hello Kitty's nemesis, as like kind of like a villain, but then became so popular as a character that she's now like a main character basically and is on everything. And it's kind of a little trickster, like a little fucking little punk, little cutie. So yeah, I got 2 keychains. I got the pen. I've got this little notebook, which I love notebooks for there. That's better. I use them at work, so I need them. I've also got some stickers, my Melody, and this is my new character. And I'm gonna give these out to some of my girlies at work, and I also got these pens too, which it's just fun stuff. That's the kind of shit that I like to pick up, and it was a great experience, and I'm excited to share the joy of Hello Kitty with friends.
Tofakon Young Hummus says my younger students would freak. They love Kuromi. I draw her like 5 times a day.
Yeah, Kuromi's awesome. It's like she reminds me, Jacob, of the which Mothra movie? It's like the 90s Mothra movie that has the fairies Rebirth, like the purple the girl that wears the purple and is like kind of the evil sister. That's
they do
what
look
Kuromi
like
is.
Sanrio characters. For
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. Okay.
Sweet.
So that's just fun shit, and I like having like a new fresh thing to add to the shelves.
Very cool.
Does anyone else want to go? I do have a couple other things.
We can round table it. Ryan, why don't you go?
Sure. I might as well I took like a page out of Andrew's Gady's toys because it's all women figures this week.
All right.
I had the other 2 figures. These came out. These are not even figures. These are full-on dolls. These are 1999 Portrait Edition Star Wars.
Ooh.
So I have the
Nice.
Leia and I have the other Queen Amidala.
Weird
Okay.
packaging.
And
Oh no, that's
saw-
okay. Now I see why.
yeah, it's legit. It was like super cheap, and I was like, you know what? I have the other 2 out of 3.
I like the window in the back.
Right, so you can get a full.
Why don't they put a window like it? It's weird to have such a small window in the front and then just a beam. That's so
Right.
weird. That is a weird.
It's a weird
design
choice, but when it opens up, I'm like, that's the reason. It's
Well,
the
this
wow
way, if you don't
factor.
want to take her out of package,
but
you
put
can-
something cool on the box.
it is cool. Look, there's Padme. And then when you open it, there's even more Padme on the box.
Even more Padme.
Wow.
Even more Natalie Portman.
More.
What is that
Why,
like
yes.
a beam? Is that like a? Hold on. What even is that? It just looks
What do you
like
mean?
somebody's that orange beam going down. It's so
It's
weird.
like lightsaber light. It's the Force.
It looks like somebody pouring melted butter on something.
It's
Dude, it's negative space that they had to fill with.
Yeah, like on Corn on the Cob, when you
glow.
just got to get in the grooves there. You gotta
Okay.
pour the
Yeah,
butter
because
on.
there's
Right.
nothing in the Star Wars universe that's cooler than just light.
like
It's not like they
Nothing's
could have
left.
put anything else on that box.
That's so funny.
nope, they want it to be nice and clean,
Looks like a scoop
right?
of bacon.
Minimalist. It looks like bacon. I like bacon. Look at
Jacob,
that.
you
Another
just
one.
don't understand art.
You should study it sometime.
That's really cool. That's a cool figure.
I also
cool.
picked this up for a single digit, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna pick this up because this will look just cool with the rest of the vehicles.
Ooh.
Also very
Whoa.
cool art.
Had that.
Very amazing how they use that entire box to put a cool image on it.
So that's
Man, it
the.
looks like it
I
should just have
agree.
one beam
Hold
of light.
on. Let's for
Right?
our audio listeners.
For our audio listeners, this is the Force Awakens Rey speeder that she uses on Jakku.
Yeah,
It's
that's
got a
cool,
little net on there. You can put parts.
If that came out in 2024, it'd be $350.
We would be crowdfunding it.
We probably would be, though. I do
Yeah.
like the fact it looks a bit like a fudge sickle.
It's cool. That I remember
Yeah.
buying that as soon as the Force Awakens 5PO figures came out. I thought that was awesome.
Yeah.
It isn't
Still have
actually. I like the speeder. I am not a hater of this speeder.
Dude.
Clearly, I bought it.
I bought it. Hey man,
It's a cool vehicle,
I'll
and that
tell
is
you
a cool
what.
toy. I remember having it.
I like it. Daisy Ridley was on. I listened to a podcast with her this week. I'm more excited. I don't know if this is a take, but if you ask me what I'm most excited about in the future of Star Wars is more movies with Rey. Deal with it. I am so
with it.
excited that they're doing that. And
Yeah.
I think the best way to continue the Star Wars story is to keep the timeline going. Post.
I need to have Daisy Ridley over for breakfast because I make really good waffles.
Yep.
And
Yep.
So does she, I bet.
Dude.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Oh my god, we all just
That's great.
we
Hey,
all
her-
just like we all conked out.
Hey,
We're all
new-
like, yeah, waffles.
her new movie looks good. Like it's supposed to be really good.
the one about swimming?
the swimming movie? Yeah.
Oh, that's
Oh.
been filming for a long time or
Yeah.
taking
Yeah.
a long time.
But anyways,
Hmm.
yeah, very cool, Ryan. Those good pickups, man.
I need to get
Yeah.
Daisy Ridley on Gotham City tonight
Yeah, let's get her
for
right
like
done.
no reason.
Daisy, what do you think about the Booster Gold news today?
Yeah. Do you collect superpowers, Daisy Ridley?
Okay, if you had to substitute one vintage superpowers figure for one modern figure, she'd be like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" All right.
I know this came out when you were born, but do you like Batman Returns?
All right, there we go.
Okay.
What else?
So I got one more thing if we want to keep roundtable.
Oh yeah, I've got
Okay,
Jacob.
Jacob, go for it, man.
Sure. Hey, so I also picked something up while we were in Little Tokyo.
Yeah.
And it is something new to me. I don't want you to hit the collection bell because it's not like a collection starting thing.
Okay.
But it is a property that I have never bought anything for in my life, and I am not like I am just a casual fan of. But I bought a Pokemon toy just because it spoke to me and I thought it was cool. I bought this Psyduck.
What? Sorry, this is like the most. Jacob, this is.
You know
so
what?
much
I got to do it.
Do it.
I got to do it.
Not too long one.
I make the call. I'm the judge, jury, and
Okay,
executioner of the
decide.
bell.
This is like Jacob Walsh's Craig Goldberg moment.
Well,
Pickups.
well, listen.
Wait till you see mine.
I
I'm
have
gonna
played.
justify it.
I have played multiple Pokemon games. I watched Detective Pokemon, and I watched with the one that's on Netflix is amazing. The one that's like all stop motion, and that show is a work of art. It's beautiful. And ever since I've seen that, I've always, I played Pokemon Snap for the Nintendo 64. That was one of my favorite Nintendo 64 games. But ever since then, I've always liked this guy. His like whole thing is that he has headaches all the time. Like that's his whole deal, is that he has uncontrollable headaches. And I do too. So I just saw this. I just thought this was really cool, and I fucking bought it. I guess it's also a light, but I was like, hey, I'm gonna buy that. He'll look good. you know what? I'm gonna put him right with my fucking Animal Crossing toys that I've bought.
Yeah.
Hell yeah!
Because I like cute shit, and Psyduck is cool.
You
So,
do like it, Jacob.
Get him some goodies powder.
Oh,
I'm
Jacob's in
gonna
trouble in
see.
Japan.
I want to get like a toy version of a goodie powder packet or something.
Yeah.
Somebody probably makes it.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to stop at the Pokemon like HQ thing. In Tokyo.
Yeah, 100%.
Let's
I want
move
to
on
check it
from
out.
this
Let's
duck.
move on for this duck.
No.
Yeah.
We're doing bird talk weekly now.
I don't give a shit. What's he say, Craig? What's he say? I don't give a fuck about them ducks.
I don't give a fuck about a duck. Davey Sockrocker says, before you know it, Jake, you'll gotta catch them all.
Yeah.
There's like 700 of them. I don't think that's gonna happen. But
Yeah, one duck is good.
One
one
duck's
duck's
Move
good,
on
man.
from the duck.
All right, guys. So
I got
one
other
duck-
things, but however
go
we
for
want
it.
to do
Go
it.
for it. You're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jacob's just a one duck man. Let him.
Well, I got this at the toy show. Last Bastion Studios was there, and that's somebody who, small toy maker, does a lot of Safubi stuff. We talk about him on Monster Island. I was kind of, shocked to see him there. I just wasn't thinking about it, and he was there selling some toys. And I got to fit stuff in a suitcase, so I'm not trying to buy too much. But I bought his Ultraman.
Cool.
I just bought a little Ultraman Safubi from him at the toy show, and I just thought it was cool. So I picked that
Jacob,
up.
we're also going to have to go to the Ultraman store.
Mhm.
Dude, I've already looked. There's
Is there an
dude,
Ultraman
I don't have
muscle
time.
bar?
We don't have time for this, but in Osaka, there's like a mall that has a bunch of toy stores. It's got some vintage toy stores in it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it has a Godzilla store and an Ultraman store. So we're gonna go there.
There's
Hey,
one
Ryan-
in Shibuya as well.
What
Yeah.
about
There's
the?
like-
Yeah. Shibuya has
Was
the
that
big,
on the show or before the show when we were talking about the muscle bar?
Yeah, it was
That
before,
was
but
before
I
the
just
show.
No, it was right
referenced that
before
there
the
was.
show. Yes.
I
We're
just
going to go to the Muscle Mommy bar as well, everybody.
Yeah,
For those
but-
who
Yeah.
wanted to know.
100%.
I was wondering if there was an Ultraman muscle bar because that would be fun too.
I hope so.
Get beat up by Ultraman while you're trying to have a drink.
Hey, we had a super chat. I wanted to make sure we acknowledge from McFly Toys a little something to put towards the trip to Japan for celebration. You guys rock. Thank you.
Thanks,
McFly.
McFly.
Thank you.
Thanks.
And thanks for always
McFly.
making a post on Instagram.
Yeah, and thank you
Yeah.
for he's been posting a lot of his collection in the Discord, and it's just honestly
Good stuff.
McFly Toys is one of the reasons that I've kind of snapped back into reality over the last 2 weeks. And I've been re-engaged in my love of toys and action figures. Not that I lost it, but there's just been a lot going on. We've been really busy. I needed a quick couple days on vacation. I needed to just have some fun and re-fall in love with myself and toys. And but no, McFly Toys has awesome stuff he's been posting. So
Mhm.
there you go.
Keep doing what you do, McFly, because you're helping Craig out, and that's important.
Yeah. Okay. What's next? Should I go?
I'm just gonna finish mine off.
Okay, cool.
So I got two more things, and they were gifts from Trevor. Trevor showed up at the toy show, and he said happy birthday, and he handed me a bag, and he brought me the dinosaurs.
Oh, nice.
Trevor brought these for me.
Oh man.
I love that.
Yeah, so I got them both. We got the baby, and then we got Earl. But listen, here's the special thing that I didn't know until right before this episode. I took these, put them in my luggage, brought them home. I wonder if Trevor even realizes that he gave me an Earl Sinclair with an autograph on it. So, either thank you, Trevor, or I have your autograph. I don't know.
Who signed it. The
guy who-
actor.
Henry.
Yeah, Stuart Pankin, the guy who voiced Earl in Dinosaurs.
Oh
So-
shit.
Well,
What?
So,
dude.
Trevor, if you need this back, too bad.
We're not.
yeah,
signing it.
Trevor, if you met, hey, guess what? Now I got to buy another one of these because I can't open this. But
That's so
hey,
funny.
that's awesome.
He's probably
Trevor.
like, fuck. All right.
Yeah, Trevor, if you actually need it back, I'll send it back. But
And it's you can't get another signed one because the dinosaurs are all dead.
dinosaurs have all died out.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
I'm gonna add this with my Congo stuff because that guy's in Congo.
There you go.
Nice.
Earl Sinclair?
The guy who voices Earl Sinclair, he's in Congo for like 20 seconds. The gorilla
awesome.
is talking. That guy.
Oh.
Stuart Pankin? That's his
Yeah.
name?
Mhm.
Dang.
Oh.
All right, there you go. Well, we're gonna go to his Wikipedia and see what other fun treasures he was part of.
Mhm.
But first, we're gonna talk about my newfound love of toys. But yeah, hit the like button.
Yeah, hit that like. I'll
Hit
show
that
some more
like
toys.
button. We'll show
Yeah,
off our
thanks, Lab
toys.
Rat.
All right, guys, here's the deal. I have been over the last year really trying to find my place in this world of modern toy collecting. I've mainly focused on the things I love vintage wise, vintage Star Wars, vintage Ghostbusters, things like that. I came to a realization, and I've sold off a lot of stuff, a lot of collections that I had to help fund other things and yada yada yada. So went to the NECA office, totally inspired by just Trevor's toy collection. That's just there. It's just incredible. Been watching Geek Dad Life, been watching Ryan Dole and Gotham City Tonight, been watching Us. And I was just like, you know what?
The Jordan Peele film.
Been watching Jordan Peele's Us. Collecting modern toy lines and having things to hunt for and put on my shelf is really good for my mental health. No lie. Like making checklists, having new things to get excited about, being invested in different toy lines is really, really yes, Davey.
You inspired yourself.
I inspired myself. And this is not a toy line I thought I was ever going to go down the route of again. This is not something I was planning on doing, but the way that it was talked about by the pillars of the toy community, Jay Glatfelter, Pixel Dan, and Dan Larson, they sucked me right back in a new way. So I present to you, and I don't know if this is going to get laughs or applauses or what, but we have Masters of the Universe New Eternia Triclops.
Okay.
Mhm.
As well as Masters of the Universe New Eternia Mechaneck. These are
Mhm.
awesome figures, and first of all, the packaging is amazing. Now,
Packaging for Motu is always amazing.
the first two waves, I'm making rules for myself, real rules. Not gonna do Revelation. I'm only gonna do the New Eternia stuff because it's like its own wave, like its own series within a series. I'm not gonna have to buy play sets because they don't make play sets for these lines. You know what I was so inspired by hanging out with Trevor? Just the love of action figures and the display of action figures. It's almost like I lost my way a little bit. I was too consumed with not buying as many toys as I wanted. In all serious, I'm just being a little facetious. I loved my Masters of the Universe classics figures, and getting rid of those is not something I wanted to do, but I had to. They're very expensive. They're worth a lot of money, and I kind of bought them irresponsibly, and I needed to sell them responsibly. I'm not going to really be able to go down back that line of Motu classics because they are just too expensive. Stop it, Brock Parker. Oh, Brock Parker sold by November. Give me a break, maybe.
He knows you.
I agree, bro.
But I really think these new Eternia figures are great. And guess who else agrees with me? He's in the chat. Dan Larson himself. If Dan Larson says go for it, you better go for it. Now,
Validation.
Okay.
I'm making checklists. I cannot wait to open these and display these. But I am not going to do the Revelation figures. I'm just going to do the new Eternia stuff for now. We'll see how that goes.
How new is that line? How much stuff is out there?
Well, the Masterverse launched in 2021, but the new Eternia stuff just started last year.
Okay.
So basically, it's based on like original concepts and like kind of like original designs, based on classic characters. Kind of its own. The way I understand it's like its own lore within a lore. But you guys know I took things to another level. So
yeah,
what I want support. And everyone seems like they're upset at me for some reason. But that's
I'm
okay.
not upset at all. But here's the thing: you just gave a very dramatic, passionate speech about this.
Yeah,
and within the last month, you have given me a dramatic, passionate speech saying the opposite of everything you just fucking said. So
I was inspired. Some people go their whole life not believing in something, and one moment changes their their vision.
My ex is different.
Yeah, I know. We want to talk to you about collection responsibility.
But I do want to share one more thing real quick. So I made a thing to kind of hold myself accountable and responsible for this new exciting time in my life.
Thank you, Matt Bush.
What did he say?
Sent
Craig
$20
Thank
for
you.
Craig support.
Guys, first of all, we all know toy anxiety is better when I'm actively collecting modern lines. What did Secret Galaxy say?
Oh, Clawful, Buzz Off, Ram Man, Trap Jaw, Snout Pout. I love
Snout
Snout Pout.
Spout.
Oh,
Snout spout.
that's why I said I like
That
it.
sounds like
Snout
what
Spout
kids
are all
used
winners.
to call me in elementary school.
I like Snout Pout. Okay, I'm gonna get this.
I will say this
Snout
though.
Pout.
Yeah, I like saying it.
No, I have the
This
Buzz
started-
Off figure. It's great.
This started with me starting to think about, I really want to get Attorney. I really should get Motu Origins. That is too much. I can't go down that road. But I want to collect modern figure lines because it's good for my mental health. It's good for the show. So here we have my plan of action for modern toy collecting. Put this together today. If everybody wants to track what I'm interested in and what gets my whistle blowing these days.
Oh, okay.
Jada Street Fighter, Dark Knight Hot Toys, New Eternia, Ghostbusters, NECA Turtles in vintage collection. I put it on there, but I'm still not 100. We got to talk about this HasLab here in a few minutes. So join me on my journey, everybody.
Cool.
What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that?
I still have things to show.
All right, there's my speech.
Yeah. This is why we won't get to the topic in like an hour, right?
Yeah,
Because
you're
of, like, these
36
fucking
minutes in,
speeches.
and you're. We love Craig. We thank you, Craig, for being
Hey,
our Leonardo.
I got new toys, so deal with it.
Yeah,
Hey,
All right,
those,
what do
are
you
so
got?
did I.
those are cool looking toys.
Yeah,
Thank you
I
very
got a
much.
couple new things, couple old things. I'm going to show the old things first. These are from the toy convention that we went to in California that we've already talked about. I think Jacob picked both of these out for me, like on a booth, and was just like, "That is
Hey,
Big Bird."
come
Nuh-uh. This is a real collection. I have Muppets behind me. I
Oh,
love
a
Jim
real
Henson.
collection.
I'm a big fan of Big Bird. Yeah. So there were two Big Birds in this bin, and I looked at this one. And it was more
They're
articulated.
bin birds.
This is a bin bird. Oh my
Yeah.
god. Let's follow that bin bird. Good. I can't really read. Maybe you can look at the foot detail to figure out what company made that or any.
Oh, it's a company called $15.
And then I got this Oscar the Grouch finger puppet.
Oh,
Let's get
that's
him
vintage too.
in focus. Yeah, I absolutely love this. I love finger puppets.
This Big Bird's really cool. I can't. It just says it's stamped with Jim Henson Company, but I can't find a toy company, so I'm not 100% sure. But it's very cool.
Is
Yeah.
it that line that came out in the late 80s and they just did like Bert, Ernie, I think Oscar and Cookie Monster?
Maybe,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Toy Collector Magazine. Now that's bird watching.
Now that's bird
Now
watching.
that's pod racing.
Hey, we got really good feedback on last week's episode, by the way. I just want to say that. Thank you,
Oh,
Blake,
hell
for being
yeah.
here.
Yeah, it
Thank
was
you.
great.
Yeah, it was a great talk.
All right, you did
Oh
it.
no, I got a couple new things. I'm almost done, and then this is why I wanted to have everyone's attention. I was at Walmart today, and I picked up something that kind of just like jumped off the shelf and made me happy. It's Rainbow Bright. Are you gonna make me big?
Sorry.
Yeah, I
Make
would
it
like to see
big.
Abby's.
What are we waiting
So big. That's a good Beach Boys song. Okay, so yeah, Rainbow Bright. I'm not traditionally a doll collector, but this was reasonably priced, and I was like, God, that packaging is so fun, and I'm celebrating Pride, and why not get a Rainbow Bright figure that has like the cutest little hair and the cutest
It
little
is cool.
outfit. So
I
yeah,
liked it. Very
that's
cool.
fun. Who knows? We'll start, and then I got these fun bead things that I'm opening right now to play with.
Where do those beads go?
They're called twisty beads. It's a puzzle chain. Don't worry. It's just a sensory toy.
Oh, they're
Just
all
a sensory-
connected.
I got beads.
They're all connected, huh?
Yeah. Stop.
Can't.
I'm not gonna. All right. I said I was celebrating Pride. Yay. All right. Cool.
That's funny.
Yeah.
All right. What else?
That's it for me.
Ryan's got one more thing.
Yeah, I
Jacob?
got one more thing.
All right. What do we got?
Yep. All right. So we saw that the HasLab Cantina is a thing. We will talk about it again to plug Friday. Gonna do my own little state of Star Wars. Gonna break that thing down and what you're gonna need, who you're gonna need to buy to fill that thing up. And I'm still looking for some. I was 4 short, but now I'm 3 because I found Lisa Serlin.
Ah,
there you go.
Lisa.
Right? She's
Cool.
one of those blink and you'll miss her. Right at the very opening shot when Luke is looking into the cantina. So, and again, people like some of these older figures, man, I still feel like they stand up and they feel like they still hold up for the scale. Not everything needs to have a TVC logo on it. I think this looks pretty cool. I can't wait to put it with the rest of my set. And back the bar, everyone. Back the goddamn bar.
That's a good segue. We should first of all, thank you. There's 232 people here watching. We appreciate it. Let's go ahead and get into this HasLab discussion. Yeah. I think, Ryan, before we get into it, I think one of the point you just made is a really important one. And I think it's important for TVC collectors to really kind of take a deep breath. And I don't think it's realistic or healthy to assume that Hasbro is going to re-release every Cantina patron that's ever existed in the vintage collection. It's not going to happen.
We can't even get the Bad Batch in TVC. You think they're going to just start
Yeah.
pumping out aliens?
I mean, where's the fun in that? Like, Ryan's having fun going to toy shows and toy stores, like, with a checklist of all these Cantina aliens. And when we were, in Ohio at the toy department, we're, like, looking for Ryan's, like that is fun. And that's what it's supposed to be. It's not just, like, feed it directly into my fucking mouth at all times.
Right.
Like, they're just not going to make all that weird shit.
Yeah.
And
a lot of it already exists in certain forms.
Yeah, and I've been collecting these for, like, I've been trying to hunt these down for the last couple of years, it feels like. And I'm just finding them bit by bit. Now my cantina is actually pretty full. And it's awesome. I'm stoked. I love it.
Well, let's talk about it. So obviously, not the biggest.
Does anyone else have any more pickups? Was that the last one?
I'm sorry. I think it was the last one.
Just making sure. Okay, if that's it, let's get into it.
All right.
Can do it.
Star Wars Vintage Collection, the new regime under Steve Evans, who we had on the show a couple months ago. This was kind of leaked early, whatever. It's finally announced.
Can I just say one thing here quickly?
Please, I want you to.
If I hear one more person bitch about a floor, like, just get a piece of paper and draw a floor. Like, what more do you need? If it came with, like, a sculpted floor, which is flat, it wouldn't work. Just anyways, it's dumb. I'll talk about it on Friday.
That's why I was surprised you're having Jay and Mad Hatter on. They're gonna.
Oh, they're not coming on. They think they're coming on. They're gonna. If they come on, they had half an hour to bitch about this thing. If they come on my show on Friday, they have to shut up and listen. They're gonna be a couple of toy cucks listening to Dole talk about a cantina.
All right, there you go.
All right, stay tuned.
So for one, I have not really dug deep on reactions to this. We watched some of the live stream. Wait, Matt Bush says, slow your roll, thumbnail topic, and the show isn't even an hour old yet.
You're right.
We're getting proficient here.
Breaking the mold.
So, Ryan, I'm going to defer to you for your first reactions. You are a hardcore legacy scale Star Wars collector. I want your unfiltered thoughts on the HasLab, the tiers, the price, everything, the cups.
Oh, I love the cups.
Oh my god.
Oh, I did mean to get a count of how many times the word cups was said during the presentation.
Oh my god,
more than 10.
One HasLab, 12 cups.
We need a cup counter. That was actually pretty funny because I was like, man, again, I just showed her off. She comes with a cup. All these characters have been coming with cups. Coming with cups. That's so funny.
Same.
You play cups?
Coming with cups since, like, the dawn of Power of the Force, right? So I'm like, why are you guys so proud of this? Like, there's been 25 years of Cantina glassware that's been coming out with these toys. But whatever, I digest. They're happy about the cups. But the same thing was with the Jabba's Palace too. They were like, look how many bowls we have.
Whoa.
It was the same thing. But like, you know, when this was like rumored at first, I was kind of like, I don't know if they'd actually do a cantina. And
just real quick, just to interrupt because then we got to get to it. I just figured it out. Got the transcript. The word cups was said 32 times in the
Wow.
Fucking God.
And you know what?
Way
Good
more than
on
we
them.
Anticipated. Yeah.
Own it.
Yeah. Those are
Own
your
it.
cups.
And you could own it too, but if you just back the bar. You know, and like again, this is one of my favorite scenes and things from Star Wars, which is why I started collecting the patrons and building my own bar to begin with.
Mhm.
And again, this is like spot on, and this is spot on. I saw some people asking like, "Where's the stage?" I'm like, there was no stage for the Cantina Band. And for anyone who doesn't know, here's a little Star Wars history. We'll get more into it again Friday. Those were reshoots. The band were reshoots. They were not part of that original like filming thing. So when they do the whole pan across the bar, there is no Cantina Band stage. And like Lego Star Wars, they've kind of tucked it away on the side. So you see it in other video games tucked on the side. And again, I got photos, I got receipts to back all this shit up on Friday. So we'll be like I said, I'm doing a deep dive on this. I'm doing a serious deep dive.
Okay, I can't wait.
Yeah, and so so there really is no place for the band unless you get the deluxe version and you can use one of those like little cubbyhole booth things and put your band in there, because that's kind of what Lego did when they were kind of like expanding it themselves. And I think who else did that? And Family Guy did that as well. So it's not that Family Guy is canon, or Lego for that matter. But I'm just saying it's there. Use your imagination, folks. You don't need everything fucking spelled out for you. So it's there. But yeah, I think this is super cool. Again, like even in the movie, all the lights, get this, the lights above the bar, there are no lights above the bar. And this is something where I got like, when this was first announced too, I was like, man, I hope the bar lights up. And then I realized the bar doesn't light up. It's a skylight, and all the windows, that's all natural light as well. The only lights are those little candle lit ones on the table, like where Han's sitting.
Next to the cups.
So I think this is great. And yes, with inflation and everything else that's happened the past year, ruthlessly has made this more expensive. So I can see why people are like, oh, I don't like the price. I fucking get it. I totally get it. But me being excited for this and wanting something like this, I didn't hesitate to back it. I'm very excited about this. And yeah, that was my first just initial thought. I was like, man, this is fucking cool.
Yeah. I mean, I don't.
And the Tonicas, don't even get me started on that. Now that it's made, now we can say Lucasfilm does have the rights. So
they have the rights of the sisters.
There it is.
You know, I've seen some of the general look price. I get right. I think the problem is everybody goes, this should cost. Then they say the number that they would pay, right? It's Hasbro's biggest toy company in the world. They have the rights to Star Wars. Costs what it costs. 400, 500. If it doesn't
the price does suck. I'm not going to lie.
It definitely sucks.
Right? But the Ghost would be this same price, if not more, if it came out this year.
I thought, first of all, it is very detailed. And I think that I kind of like, I think I understand what they were thinking as far as making it modular, in the sense that, well, I don't know what the dimensions are, but it's very big. And displaying this, when you think a playset, a general playset goes up, this is wide, this is big, this is spacious. How you everyone's going to have to display this differently depending on their toy room and their setup. I like the modular design. I'm kind of indifferent to the floor thing. Like, yes, it makes it more of a diorama than like a playset, but that's where TVC's been going. Like, look at the walls they've done. Look at the Jabba, the Jabba set they did for Book of Boba Fett. So I don't feel,
dude, look at God, can we just hang on? Just because you brought up those other two play sets, I want to bring up, what the most disappointing play set TVC has made?
What's that?
The carbon freezing chamber with those two giant staircases. You had to buy two to even make the carbon freezing chamber. Like that one was probably the biggest disappointment. This one, I don't feel is that at all.
I think, and I want to get Jake and I will get everybody's opinion about this. I think this is a statement that, kind of like you were talking about, Ryan. You know, Steve Evans came out and said vintage collection is for the hardcore collectors and the world builders.
Right.
This is a statement on that. This is not about a play set with a ton of playability. This is about setting up a cantina with 50 or 60 figures and recreating those moments from A New Hope or Book of Boba Fett or whatever. And this is a very specific audience, and the people who are excited about this are the hardcore Star Wars TVC collectors. I don't expect 6-inch G.I. Joe collectors to be excited about this, right?
Correct.
This is,
I don't. Yeah, same here.
You know, so like I get it. Now, will I be funding it? I'm not. I have a lot of soul searching to do with TVC in general. It's going to be another impassioned speech in the next couple of weeks.
Star Wars collecting right now is, I'm not going to sugarcoat that, right? It's not easy. And sometimes it's not fun, especially when you see, you know, Hot Toys gets this, Black Series gets this, and TVC gets this, and then Retro gets this, and there's no consistency, especially even amongst Hasbro, there's no consistency on scales. So it's got to be frustrating if you're like, sometimes if you're carrying if you're only collecting one scale.
And I think this is going to be huge for figure photography. Like that's what this is made for. Yeah. This is made for setting it up, and some of the figure photography that they released with like the dimly lit look with the light coming through. It looks really good. Yeah. But Jacob, let me get some of your thoughts, and then we'll talk about the tiers and everything else.
I wonder if the floor. So, like, I do think it would be better with a floor. Sure, right? Of course, it would be. But I think that probably comes down to like if the fact that it's like kind of modular, and you could buy the deluxe where you get the other. That would mean that the floor would have to either fit together with another piece, or that like. It makes me think that the reason there's no floor is it would just cost too much money to be like, well, you get different floors if you buy this or that. I don't know. But my only issue with this thing is I think when you buy this, and I think Ryan, especially since you have so many of the Cantina aliens, it's gonna be very impressive to look at. The only thing that kind of throws me off is I feel like the paint job's not good on it. Like it's very generic, and all of the tables and chairs look like they're just just molded in gray plastic, and there's no paint on them at all. It's
a little bit of weathering would have been nice
fucking clean. It's like it's supposed to be kind of grungy and dirty, and none of the like cracks or holes in the wall have any kind of paint on them. It just looks so fucking boring from that kind of perspective, and that annoys me a little bit. But
here's you know what I think would have helped it, and I get why they don't do this, but Ryan, let me get your thought on this. I feel like they should have released official photos with tons of figures in it, like a fully populated bar.
Did they not?
I
feel like they had that in the. Well, I think they had it in the video.
Yeah.
Of like tons of characters in there. Like they had the big fluffy white dude and the little bat dude. I think they were like the dude that like smokes the hookah and all that. I think they all have photos of all those like characters from Power of the Force to now, all thrown in here.
Okay.
And it again, that was another thing where I was like, dang, like. This is what I've been kind of collecting for.
Anyways, let's scroll through. Some of the product photography they did in the actual stream was really good, and I wanted to highlight that because it's better than some of the official photos that they released. But I'm trying to see. Yeah, like look at that. Like when you start populating it,
we can't look at it. All we see is click to exit full screen.
Sorry. It's okay. Right, I guess you could see it like that. Like that looks really good. Like, and I think obviously it's dimly lit, that you've got some light coming through the windows and stuff like that. But I think I think that's what makes it. Look, not everybody's going to be able to do it like that, but I think more of that type of product photography would be helpful.
Yeah.
So anyways, let's talk about some of the details though. So let me get back to the Hasbro Pulse site. By the way, lots of people watching. We appreciate you guys being here
thanks,
as
y'all.
always.
Yeah.
We are a
Thank you for
very
hanging out.
open-minded, fun crew.
Love all y'all.
Except for when I buy Masterverse figures and everyone's like, ugh.
Well,
Here we go
no,
again.
It's because
Well,
that
Craig
fucking
bought-
speech.
Craig bought a Triclops. I fucking said that collecting toys was good for my mental health, and everybody collectively like rolled
No,
their
that's
eyes.
great. We can always harp on that. I agree.
Meanwhile, at the Walmart table, he's like, "We've been in the toy aisle for 20 minutes. Pick your thing and leave."
I bought stuff.
All right, here we go.
I just needed to get coffee.
8,000 backers needed. Let me pull up the screen here. And we're on what, day 3? It's at 4,387. Brian Brink's been on the charts. We'll look at that too.
Ooh, let's see them chart. feel like we haven't looked at charts in a while.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
Like this
yeah.
is where we thrive, man.
Thriving.
I'll bring up the chart in a second. Over halfway there in just a couple days, 27 days to go. I think it's sitting
It's probably pretty good.
pretty good. It'll get 50 to 100 a day. I think 8,000 is definitely going to fund. Especially in those last couple of days. Ryan, how are you feeling about that so far?
I think it's weird because I feel like we had the same conversation with the Ghost.
Right.
And all of a sudden it funded. We were like, there's no way we're going to get, who was the last one? Like Zeb? Like,
Right.
There's no way we're getting Zeb. And we totally got Zeb.
Right.
So even though it's like, we're not going to get the Wolfman, I got a feeling we might. I actually don't even know how to predict this.
Yeah.
Like, we could get just the basic, which to me, I'm sure Hasbro would be like, fuck, we should have, like, that's not good.
Yeah.
But I just need the basic for these two because they've made Forearm Fetish Night like 2 times.
Right.
And they've made the Wolf, like, and this Wolfman they're making for TVC now is like far superior than the one that came out for Power of the Force 2. And then Greedo was a weird choice because he seems like such a baseline figure to make. And they've already made him in TVC like back in 2016. So it was kind of like, really? Greedo's part of this? You couldn't find anybody else. But here we are. So here we are.
I think it's cool. It comes with the bartender. It comes with the Tonica sisters. I think that's funny. I think that those are great base offerings. I like that it comes with 3 figures. I think that's pretty fair, all things considering. And they've never made a bartender figure, right?
Yes.
They
He
have.
also came out around the same time as the prequels, and they were doing those like sound chip.
Gotcha. But not in
ones.
TVC. Not in TVC.
But not in TVC. He's
And
still
the
a good figure, though.
Yeah,
Like-
and they've never done the sisters.
This is it. The only time they've done the sisters is with Micro Machines. That's it.
They were so tiny. Tiny Tonica.
Tiny Tonicas.
And then, so let's look at where's the breakdown here? Okay. Comes with the bartender. Okay. Where's the tiers that are listed? I'm not seeing it.
The tears.
Where are the tiers? I guess I could just search
The
for
tears
Greedo.
are in the comments.
Yeah.
Do you think I've seen a lot of negativity, but like obviously that's not coming from people who are buying it. Do you think it's just that people have become so cynical about crowdfunding and maybe Star Wars in general?
I don't even know if it's that. I think some of it has to do with just I was thinking about the Razor Crest this week, and like one of the stretch goals was the base to put it on, and another stretch goal was the escape pod that we never saw in the show.
Right.
And now it's like, if they tried to do that now for $350, why can't we get so-and-so? Right? It would just be like, And why doesn't it light up? Why can't it make sounds? The Cantina Band stage is not inside the Razor Crest. It would just be like, what the fuck, people? I don't know where these expectations all of a sudden became so high for these, but it's also good. I think we should get more for what we're paying as well. So I'm not completely against that idea of getting more.
Well, here's the thing. I think you can, one of the misconceptions on all this stuff is I think you can be critical of this and still back it. I think sometimes people, Abby, we know people fall into this pattern of black and white thinking, like very binary, like,
we live in the gray area.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, Ryan, you backed this, but you can have constructive criticism. It's just like
I've got criticisms on this. 100% I do. Right. And again, I'll get through that on Friday, but it's kind of like, but at the same, I'm still excited about it. Like nothing's ever going to be what I want everything to be, especially with modern toys.
Right. Okay. So 8,000 to finance it or to back it into production. 11,000 is Greedo. I get why he's here, but maybe
that's a good looking Greedo though.
It's a good looking Greedo. Yeah. I would imagine 99% of Star Wars collectors who collect this scale already have a Greedo of some kind, but
do you know what would have been really killer on this Greedo? If they gave him high heels. Yeah. And they did the behind the scenes Greedo for this just to be like, this is such an exclusive. You'll never get this Greedo anyway else.
Right. McClunky.
Yeah, that would
be great.
Or a limp body.
Or like
dead Greedo.
Oh, yeah. Perfect.
Right?
Yeah. But now I'm thinking about it. I'm like, how good will this look if you get a couple troopers outside of it and you get Luke and Obi-Wan in there with R2 and C3?
With you get the land speeder parked outside of it and a dewback.
With the sand. Yeah, now I'm
See?
Really...
You get 3 Jawas sitting outside the door. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Have your Millennium Falcon off to the side.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, 11,000 for Greedo. 14,000. I'm probably gonna mess up the
pronunciation. You already mispronounced pronunciation.
How about mess up the pronounce, y'all? Neighboring Leeds. Is that his name?
Yeah.
Neighboring Leeds.
Sure. Like I always called him four-armed fetish night.
Okay, he's cool.
Yeah, I heard you say that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pilot and Smuggler, TVC for the first time. So obviously that's cool to get a new character for the first time. And then Arlael Shos.
Yes. Did you see
Werewolf?
Did you see what Mr. Stevie what he put on it, like what he posted today about these?
No.
He said, "Don't expect the Bartender and the Tonica Sisters to get a re-release, but Greedo, Wolfman, and Fetish Knight will probably get a re-release if they get funded."
But they won't if they don't get funded, because that's what I wonder is like, Ryan, how bummed are you personally if you back this and maybe it gets backed, but it doesn't make all of these, doesn't make all the tiers?
Well, I would be bummed out because of course I want when it comes to these HasLabs, I want the whole kit and caboodle with these things.
Yeah.
Because you get the more value for your dollar that way as well. Right?
Yeah.
So I want these extras because I'm already paying this much. Just give me all of it. But if we don't get there, so that would suck.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not going to write them a 5-page essay on an Instagram post about it.
Right.
Somebody else will. My thing is with figures, like, give them exclusive card backs and exclusive accessories. I don't think it makes any sense to ever have a figure and be like, this will never be released again. It's only like that. That is the worst part of modern collecting, where people. Here's a fun. What's worse? The people who are just like overly critical, tearing down the Hasbro team. Like, what's worse, that or the people who are like, because I bought it, that puts me in an exclusive club, and if they ever
like Ecto Gloves.
No, I'm not talking about vintage figures. I'm talking about Ecto Gloves are exclusive. No, I'm talking about like if somebody were to back this and get the Tonica Sisters, and then 2 years later they put the Tonica Sisters out in a 2-pack, and then the people get mad because it's not fair to them. Look, I don't like that.
Okay, when did
Davey's
the Razor
got the right answer.
Yeah,
Both,
both
are
are
awful.
Both are
Yep,
awful in their
yeah,
own way.
that's true.
No,
yes.
I agree. But when did the Razor Crest come out? That was 2020,
Something
2021,
like that. A couple years ago. Yep.
right? A couple years ago. So, and they did that whole thing of like, you'll never get a soft goods cape on a Mando figure outside this HasLab. Well, guess what I have on pre-order on a single card,
Yeah.
right? Exactly that. So it doesn't bug me at all. Because it's
Right.
like, I think we need more soft good capes on everything and on everybody. So I think that soft good capes every day, all the time. And I think, and I'd actually be absolutely okay with them just being like, you know what, we're going to do a 2-pack Pulse exclusive on Tonicas, right? And I would be stoked because I think sometimes these characters should not forever be locked behind a HasLab. Right now, sure, let them get the first official figures out. And what about and there's guys like me who are going to be a little like iffy or antsy about opening up those figures because they're going to be one of a kind for only a certain amount of time.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So if they do that re-release, then I feel okay opening up the re-releases to have for my Cantina.
Speaking of deco, it is going to come with this exclusive label sheet for post. This is just for fun, right? To really customize it and make it your own.
That's fun. I like.
Yeah,
stickers.
I think. Yeah, I'm with that, Abby, on this. I think this is fun.
Covers various. There's a Pelimoto poster in there, which is
And a
kind of fun.
Pelimoto and her docking bay.
Dude, that's the only Pelimoto representation thus far, right?
Yeah.
God.
Yeah,
That's
she's got a
it.
sticker.
You got a sticker, folks.
God, they gotta make her. They gotta make her now. Like if I know people are like, are they gonna make Cantina patrons? Blah. Screw it. I just want Pelimoto.
Legit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I want
And you know what?
Ferris.
Somebody said cardboard floor and stickers coming out. Somebody out there is going to produce some sort of floor for this.
Oh, Yakface has already given everyone a heads up. This is what the floor looks like. This is what you can get. And you can get it
Then
from.
what are people complaining for?
Yeah.
Because
Shut the
that's
fuck
all
up.
they know how to do.
I think they're complaining because it's $500.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. I'll give you that.
But
Be
besides
fully
Yes.
furnished with a floor.
Fully furnished. No
Floors.
floor.
If we got cups, we need floors. Okay.
You know what? That's cheaper
Let's
than
talk
what it would
about
be
this
in
other
Vancouver.
HasLab.
Okay.
Yeah, let's talk about the other one because I'm going to talk about this one lots on Friday. So everyone,
Sorry,
tune in.
I'm gonna get that.
Tune in
What
6:30 p.m. Pacific time on Friday, and I will break down and help answer anybody's questions about the HasLab as if I'm in charge of it.
What time is it going to be Friday?
6:30 on Pacific.
Okay, 9:30. Okay, yeah, deep dive discussion into the HasLab with recommendations on figures and all of that. But the cat is chasing a moth and just knocked down my light. Abigail, thank you for fixing
You're
it.
welcome.
So chat's kind of on fire tonight. Some good toy anxiety happening right here.
Mm-hmm.
Love
Yes.
that.
So
Yes.
Robin Toy's Cantina floor comment maybe McFly. Robin Toy's floor coming soon.
All right, so let's talk a little Ghostbusters now because I think this was a big surprise on Ghostbusters Day, and I think, how do I say this? For as fun and as exciting and as I thought obvious as this was, maybe it wasn't as obvious to everybody. So
It's the most obvious it could be without putting the words "This is an Ecto 1" on it.
I don't think it's an Ecto 1. I'm pretty certain it's a slime blower.
and we saw that comment, even though we did an exclusive Q&A with Hasbro asking them if it was a slime blower.
And they
And
said,
they said
maybe.
no, they did
We'll
not.
see.
That's not what happened. Ghostbusters Day was this weekend. Obviously, we know Hasbro has had two very successful HasLab campaigns for Ghostbusters.
Mm-hmm.
And now we've got the new tease. Let's break down this teaser. Come along for the ride.
So, another Ecto, hey?
HasLab with the Ecto wings, with a tire.
Which at one point I thought was an Oreo. I was like, oh, there's new Oreos coming out?
There's new Ghostbusters Oreos. No. So this is a tease for an upcoming HasLab project that's going to happen this fall. I think we can all 99.9% say that we are finally going to get a 6-inch scale Ecto 1. We never got it for Matty Collector. There was never an Ecto 1 for any 6-inch scale Ghostbusters figure. 6-inch scaled action figures, when you think Ghostbusters, Plasma Series, Marvel Legends, G.I. Joe Classified. Classified has had multiple 6-inch scale vehicles now. They've had the HISS tank. They've had the what's the Tomahawk, the helicopter. So this isn't the first time a large scale item like this will be available in this scale. I think as Ghostbusters collectors, this is something people have wanted and asked for a very long time. It's not a tire. So let's roundtable this. Real thoughts. Jacob Walsh.
Yeah.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good, actually. I did see some comments that were like, why do we need another Ecto 1? Hey, I'll tell you why. Because none of the Ecto 1s that have come out have been super great. You know what I mean? None of them have been 6-inch scale. I mean, the really good ones are the ones that are like, what's the fucking big Blitzway, super expensive. Like that's not realistic. And then, Craig, me and you both were on the list for what was that other Ecto we were getting?
Eagle Moss,
Eagle
the 110
Moss
scale,
which looked cool, but you got to fucking put it together yourself. You get pieces once a month. The company went under. Somebody it's just a whole thing. So a 6-inch scale Ecto 1 that I'm just going to be able to buy and have. It's going to be great. Like I'm looking at my other Ectos here and they're great to have, but nothing has been like, every time we get an Ecto 1, you look at it and you're like, hey, this is cool, but it could be better.
Well, it's also, if you have the Matty Collector figures, the Plasma Series figures, like not every toy line or every brand is like so closely associated with the vehicle, right? Like, but Batman needs a Batmobile, right? You have to. And the Ghostbusters needed Ecto 1.
And that has to be a 4-seater.
Stop, Ryan, before you even start going. Calm down. We know.
We know what McFarlane did with the 1-seater.
Makes me so mad.
So,
like every day I call my therapist, I'm just like, you know what? Like, why can't we just have a fucking 2-seating Batmobile?
So I can speak with great confidence that the team at Hasbro, who, by the way, Patrick, Emily, they're awesome people.
Yeah.
They care so much about this brand. The people who work on these teams, the individual contributors at these companies, I think sometimes it's really unfair when Hasbro's a giant corporation. These companies are huge, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But the individual people who work on these teams really, really, really care. And this is a passion project. And I've got a gut feeling it's going to blow everybody out of the water. I really, really do. And I know there's people saying, well, there is no more Plasma Series. Why are they doing a vehicle? Well, let's think about it. I bet there's going to be some figures.
Right. It's a HasLab. There will be
some ghosts
tiers
associated.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I mean, it doesn't matter if there aren't new figures coming out for the line. Figures exist.
Right.
I have multiple Plasma Series. I'm not going to say, no, don't give me a vehicle because the line's not continuing. I have stuff.
Right.
I will gladly add to it.
There's 25 Plasma Series figures already.
Yeah. Jay on Geek Dad Life yesterday had a really cool idea.
Okay.
Of having a Ecto 1A conversion kit in there. Like brilliant. Like I think that's such a great idea. All on like 100% Jay. And if that actually happens, if they had something like that, then I would hope they would release a wave of Ghostbusters to just even if it's the 4 guys.
If they're smart.
Yeah. I mean, if there was so you're saying, okay, you buy an Ecto one and then like it comes with a way to replace the
Not
roof
even
rack.
that. Like maybe this would be the way for them to be like, hey, this funded. Let's put out a wave, just like they do with like the mural carded Sabine and Chopper,
Right.
where it's just all of a sudden like, hey, this funded. Like maybe we should get some, because I feel like that line more than any other line could probably be like, hey, let's put out some figures to go with this.
Abby, what do you think? You haven't said much about the Ecto one. You're like playing with marbles over there.
Yeah, I'm stimming. I'm having a fun time.
I'm stimming.
I mean, I don't have any complaints about it. I don't really have a strong feeling. I like the Ecto. And when it comes to like vehicles that you can put your action figures in, like I think that's fun if it's to scale and all that.
I just want a marquee Ecto one in my collection, and I don't have one. I've got a popcorn bucket.
Yes.
I've got the Kenner Ecto one.
Yeah,
I
the
want
popcorn
some.
bucket's pretty good.
Well, the popcorn bucket's pretty good for popcorns.
pretty good.
But it's pretty sad that the closest thing I can display my Plasma Series figures with is a hollow popcorn bucket. Like,
Popcorn
yeah.
bucket.
You want something from the universe in canon.
let's go to the chat. Turtle Buster says Ecto should have interchangeable doors of Ecto 1 and Ecto 1A, interchangeable roof rack as well as magnetic caution stripes and magnetic red stripe to make Frozen Empire Ecto 1 lights and sound. Hey, I agree with all of that. Fuck yeah, let's do that.
Awesome.
Give
Because
it to me.
one of the tricks with HasLabs, if they figure out a way to get like Sentinel, fucking Galactus, His Tank, when people are like, I need 2, you have a golden HasLab.
Yes.
If you're like,
Yeah.
if there's a way to have an Ecto 1 and an Ecto 1A, 90% of Ghostbusters collectors are figuring out how to get 2.
Yeah.
It's just the way we think. This is the way our brain operates. What kind of like what would be
Dude, knowing Ghostbusters collectors, they'll start a prop company, get a bunch of people to pre-order a bunch of props, use that money to buy HasLabs.
Yeah.
And then never get your props.
That's what
Disappear.
Ghostbusters fans would do.
Yeah, and then never get your props.
Exactly.
Mhm.
So as far as like figures, tiers, just thinking kind of outside the box, thinking creatively, like what knowing what we have from Plasma Series already.
Mhm.
I mean, we did it. We literally did a
We
legit
did this episode.
Q&A.
Yeah, we did this.
Mhm.
We did a Q&A with Hasbro. They basically confirmed there's going to be like people wanted Plasma Series Ghosts. So like what do we want?
Slimer.
I mean, we did an episode, I don't know, a couple months back where all 4 of us did our like top 5 dream Plasma Series figures, and I think most of us were like ghosts. We want ghosts.
Slimer.
You know, yeah, Slimer,
Slimer,
Library Ghost, like all the main like Vigo. We want ghosts. So
Muncher. Throw Muncher in there just for
I'll take a
Yeah.
Muncher.
good measure.
I'll
Yeah.
absolutely would never.
Oh, we've got
Muncher out of bed.
Yeah, like just like Abby was saying, and and plus we got all those like afterlife figure, we got all those afterlife figures. Let's get let's get Muncher.
Lots of options.
Randall says they should have Janine Lewis, the dark gray GB outfits as tiers, and a programmable sign like the Ecto 1A. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
So I think their excitement level was high. And I think once the official announcement is out, it's going to be very high. I'm always bummed when something so obvious is lost on people. Like I'm like, guys, let's have like nuanced thought for once in our life. It's not a firehouse. What about this makes you think it's a firehouse? Why? What about 6-inch action figures make you think that there's going to be a play set for Ghostbusters Plasma Series? That's not a thing. They don't make play sets for Marvel Legends. And if any 6-inch scale line at Hasbro is getting a play set, it's going to be Marvel Legends. I think this is my prediction is going to be an Ecto 1. I think the base tier might have a ghost with it. I think there's going to be more figures, whether or not like people are saying GB2 gray suits, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
Other ghosts. I love the idea of an interchangeable Ecto 1A. Like it gets me so excited. This is something I have wanted my entire adult collecting life. Matty Collector kind of tried to crowdfund one. It failed miserably. It was one of the worst.
It really rolls.
It really rolls.
It
didn't roll. It was styrofoam.
It didn't roll at all.
But I'm such a big fan of the franchise, and knowing Hasbro has been successful with Ghostbusters and wants to do more, I think it's really cool. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts?
I'm
We're gonna be
down
talking about it all
sorry,
summer.
Oh God, do we have to? The when is that one supposed to launch? Like, did
It
they
says
say?
fall. It just says fall.
fall.
I mean, so Star Wars just they kind of do the HasLab campaigns in like by brand. So Star Wars just launched theirs. The rumor is that G.I. Joe might have one at Comic-Con. I don't know what's going on with I don't know where Transformers is in there.
Yeah, I don't know if Marvel Legends is doing one either. I hope so.
Right. So yeah, probably October, like McFly Toy says. Capitalize on Halloween season, I think, would be a really good idea.
It's worked the last 2 times.
Yeah. And honestly, like, I also think one thing that's really cool about this is it'll have appeal, I think, beyond just Ghostbusters collectors. I think that having a scale accurate Ecto one is a really cool thing that a lot of people would want. Now, price, I have no idea. Cantina's $500. So I don't know. Could it be I hope it's not $500. I don't think it will be. I think
it's big.
It is big. Somebody was asking earlier how big it is going to be.
Well, if it is a 6-inch scale, like you're predicting, and it sounds like it just looks like it's going to be. I can't imagine it being if it's anything else, I would be shocked.
Well, what could it be?
But
they just had they just put out the 3 3/4.
That's what I mean. So. Like exactly. So that's why I was like, I can't imagine it being anything else, seeing as they just put out 3 other scales.
Right.
So I don't know. So if you're doing a 6-inch scale Ecto, whether they make it a 2-seater or 8-seater, it's still going to be. I think it's going to be massive. So we just got to be prepared for that too.
I mean, if it's scaled like. The real Ecto is like 22 or 23 feet long. So that means this is going to be like 21 or 22 inches. That's big. That's really big. But we need it. And I will say this now. If this doesn't fund, I will personally hold everybody in this chat responsible. It's going to be a very rough
taking names
holiday season.
We will not give you the Jeffries.
We will withhold the Jeffries even longer.
Jeffries will be canceled even further.
But I'm excited. Any other final thoughts on this, Jacob?
No, I just wonder. I saw some questions in the chat about is there any possibility of seeing this at Comic-Con? I don't think we'll see it that so soon, but it's possible we'll have some info at Comic-Con. I don't know if we are or not, but I mean it's possible we'll get a little more. So I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, listen. We love the Hasbro team. We're going to be hounding them and asking them questions any chance we get. So, but like the Proton Pack, super successful. The PKE meter and Ghost Trap, very successful. Those are going to be delivering this fall. It's a good time to be a Ghostbusters fan. We talked about it on YHS tonight.
It is, yeah.
It's very exciting, and I thought it was cool that the Hasbro team went down to the Ghostbusters firehouse. They handed out buttons and stuff. Oh, look at this. Hasbro. Patrick's in the chat. Says, Jacob, find me at Comic-Con. So
maybe I'll get a look at
it. Then none of you will know. It's going to be a 1 of 1. All right. So that's a lot of fun. Lots to look forward to. I've got one last tiny bit of surprising news from today that I wanted to acknowledge back on the Star Wars front, and then we'll get to sad comments. We'll get the hell out of here. Okay. So they announced today, Ryan, I did not see this coming. Acolyte retros.
What? What?
Isn't that crazy?
They're already on that?
Well, me being part of the Yord Horde, I'm very excited to get my own retro Yord.
Why is it doing this?
I don't know. What are you doing? Why is this a rave? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
But I was surprised about this. I really was.
Yeah, same here. There are already more retro figures than Black Series and TVC combined.
Yeah.
Yeah, but these don't release for 2 years, right?
Yeah. I don't know. But anyway, I love the retro line. I've been all in on the retro line so far. So
yeah, they're fun.
Give them to me.
Jacob, have you watched The Acolyte yet?
No, not yet.
We caught up.
How is it? Is it good?
I like it.
Yeah.
That
doesn't sound great.
I like it, but
there's no men that look like you on the show. I get it.
Stop it. Jesus fucking Christ. Don't even joke about that. I think I have an issue, and I've had this issue for a while. I don't think short form episodic storytelling in Star Wars works for me. I just want the story. I don't like 30-minute cliffhanger, wait a week. Maybe that makes me impatient. I don't know.
Goddamn Zoomer mentality.
It's a Zoomer mentality. I do like the story. I like I like all the characters they've introduced. Anything involving Jedi, I automatically have more of an interest in Star Wars than other stuff, because I think the mythology of the Jedi is the most interesting stuff. So we'll see. I mean, it's only been 2 episodes, so more to go.
Yeah. I'm gonna watch the 3rd one right when we're done. But I'm liking it. I like the characters in it. I've been I don't know. I'm digging it. I'm
enjoying it as well. Yeah. I look forward to watching
Abby
it.
was into it a little bit more than me. We won't go to spoilers, but I do think the storyline's pretty cool. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, should we get to sad comments?
Yeah.
Do we got some?
Yeah, I think I found. I think I maybe have 2 of them here.
Okay, that's cool.
I grabbed these at the beginning of the show, so
okay.
If they're a little subpar, forgive me.
Okay.
I did some slacking today.
I will say this: lots of people watching tonight. So if this is your first time with Toy Anxiety or you're a long-time listener, we appreciate you being here. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the like button. Leave a comment. Let the YouTube algorithm know that, hey, I like this. I like what I'm hearing. I like what I'm seeing. And we'll be back every Tuesday. We'll probably get back to Extreme Toy Anxiety for another round next week or the week after. If you guys want more bonus content, you can always join us on the Patreon at patreon.com/yeshavesome for as little as $5 a month. Complete access to our entire 6-year audio archive and access to the most important part, the YHS Discord, where it's always a good time, always great conversation. And I will be going tonight to have people make me feel better about my new Eternia purchases. I need the support of my community. So can't wait for that. We'll be looking forward to that.
Everyone can send Craig a DM. Let him know.
Just get with me tonight. Let me know I'm okay.
That he's okay. That he's doing okay. Craig.
Hey, if Dan Larson says I'm good, that's all. That's the only approval I need.
You know what? Yeah. That is it. Really, that's it.
That's true.
That's it. All right, so
Dan Larson's not going to give me approval on back in the cantina. I'll tell you that much.
God no.
No. He'd be like,
maybe if it was like 50 Boba Fett's, he'd buy it.
Yeah, right.
All right, sad comments. We scour the internet for the latest commentary on toy news and action figures. We give a voice to the voiceless, and we really, we let them have their say. Jacob, where's our first comment coming from tonight?
Oh, they're both from the cantina.
Oh,
all right.
Yeah.
All right.
I got
Star
one
Wars
from the cantina as well. It's gonna.
Oh,
be...
we're doing. Ooh. All right.
Cool.
This is gonna be good. All right. Star Wars HasLab Cantina. Sad comment number 1 coming at you right now.
Overpriced fusion, like all the other HasLabs. And the reason why is Hasbro know that they can price for whatever price and say this is only way you ever get this. Or figure and people lose their minds and will back it because of the fear. It's funny how it seems that every HasLab has increased in price, yet the offering of products don't match.
Price cups.
I just like that he said, "You'll never get this," and it just
Yeah.
makes me think of Borat.
You'll never get this.
Why didn't you read it as Borat? That would have been awesome.
I would no.
All right. Ryan, you have one.
I have one. This is from Mr. Stevie's Instagram account. He posted today, hey, are you on the list? As in, like, the guest list to get into the bar?
Gotcha.
This was someone's reply. No! HasLabs are your biggest grift on collectors. Put your product out for retail. Fulfill your shipping quotas and successfully meet your own delivery dates. Maybe, just maybe, you can actually produce new figures for TVC and deliver them in a timely manner. Most stores, brick and mortar and online alike, are devoid of new TVC, have no info on restocks, and you have the nerve to push this? Announcing that we won't even get a regular release of Greedo unless his tier is met is an insult to the fan base. And Hasbro needs to stop holding high demand figures behind their unnecessary, overpriced HasLabs.
Let's put that into the translation machine. Abby, putting it in. Beep. Blah, 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 beep.
But use all basketball terminology.
The translation? I don't have $400. That was the translation machine. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, it works.
Nice.
All right. One more?
Yeah, I got
I
one.
hate when people talk about the toy industry like they'd know.
Like they're in the
Put it in retail.
Yeah.
Okay.
God, we
Cool.
do it all the time in like DMs. Fuck.
Yeah, we do it privately, not publicly. That was actually one of my messages.
Yeah.
All right, we got one more. HasLab?
Yeah,
All
HasLab.
right, here we go. HasLab Cantina. More like can't afford ya.
Yeah, I backed the bar.
Here we go. And
How are there no electronics or actual features on this so-called play set? I'm sick of collectors sterilizing these companies and products who just want bland dioramas. I've been waiting for a cantina for years. But this feels no better than a fan-built 3D printed set. Nothing here screams HasLab. Where are more of the outer coverings? Where is the liquid vats that actually have some sort of real liquid in them? Why does the droid scanner not do the blue progressive light sequence?
oh my god.
Why is there no Cantina music button and discrete speaker built into a wall with a battery compartment? Why doesn't Greedo's chair have a spring mechanism to blast him backwards? Where are the features? You are a Fortune 500 company making millions hand over fist on this thing. And you can't be a responsible toy company and push the limits and make it worthy of our money? That is your literal job.
I had this from Andy. I had the exact same thought. The spring mechanism idea is actually kind of
It's
cool.
so funny, though. It's
Yeah.
so funny to think about your toy just.
Where is the small hidden speaker to play my Cantina music?
Hey, dude, do you have a phone
Yeah.
or
that'd
a
be
Do you have
great.
iPad
Spotify?
or
do you have a
Spotify or
account, Richard?
or YouTube? Just
Mhm.
play it.
Yeah.
Dude, be like we used to have to do when we had wrestling figures. Fucking play your WWE's greatest hits CD
Yeah,
while
volume
your
4.
figures walk out.
Be
Volume 4.
responsible and give me liquid.
You are
Dude,
a
I love the
Fortune
idea.
500 company.
How long would that spring-loaded chair last before all of a sudden you're just like doing your shit, and all of a sudden behind you hear pew? It's like Greedo
Gone.
getting launched across the shelf, right?
And then the sad comment. My Greedo that I shelled out $500 for just flew across the living room and hit my cat in the eye. Who, I asked, who will pay my veterinary bills? My cat is now unable
Blind.
to see. Wow. He's running into the walls. and it is your fault, Hasbro. And where's my little speaker to play my music? I love it.
I was about to say this too. Tony Johnson, but Greedo slumped forward.
Where is my
I
cantina
wanted him to-
Greedo slumping mechanism? I want to see real slumping.
Yeah. If I was Hasbro, I'd just flip him a coin. Sorry about the mess.
Oh man. Anyways, lots of fun there. We'll end on this because we promised it earlier. Brian Brink, the chart. We got to look at it.
The chart of charts. The
chart of
master charts.
Is it right? Here it is. Brian Brink, if you know, is always hanging out in the chat. He publicly releases these auto updating charts that chart the progress of the HasLab. So 4,370. You can see the red bar down here is where it's at. Now, for day 5, it's definitely behind where the Ghost and the Ghost and the Razor Crest were, but well ahead of where the Barge was. So I think the trajectory, I think this is going to fund with about a week left, and then we'll see what the last couple days are. I think Greedo's probably a lock. I don't know about the other two. It's just hard to say. It's hard to say. But anyways, this was a lot of fun tonight. Abigail, I'll give you the final word.
Yo, let's all go watch Acolyte episode 3.
Me, I'm watching episode 2 of Who Killed the WCW
No.
on Vice.
I guess we'll be watching separate things tonight then. Thank you all for watching and commenting and hanging out. This was a great episode, so I appreciate everyone being here.
Yeah, this was a fun night. We appreciate
No
it.
Gotham City tonight, tomorrow. No Gotham City tonight, tomorrow. Taking
Friday night on Friday night, Toy Anxiety Channel, State of Star Wars.
Yeah.
I haven't been invited, but you know what?
I just assumed you were going to be there.
I'll probably be there. I got more to say about these cups.
I love.
I can go buy cups.
Ryan, you love
it's
the
not
cups.
the same. I'm here for the cups. I only started collecting toys because they came with cups.
Jacob, anything else? You done?
Am I done?
You done? Are you done saying words?
Yeah.
Are there more words?
There's some words, but I think I'm probably done. I want to watch Ryan's State of Star Wars. I think it'd be fun to watch some very impassioned young men. Talk about this thing, and
I'll tell you what.
That's about it.
If these men were so impassioned about Star Wars as they were about our country, I think we'd be in a lot better shape than we are right now. Back in my day, 1955, we didn't care about things like Star Wars. We only cared about the country and the flag. Now we care about Star Wars. Yeah. I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah. I care more about Star Wars than helping the neighbor bringing sugar over for dinner. Yeah. All right, bye.
Fun begins. Fun begins.
They only care about the flag.
This is where the fun.
Bye.
This is where the fun begins.
32 cups.
America at war.
Who's the big guy with the muscle?